Yeah, I see you. Shout loud, move quiet though. That's where you messed up, yeah. You a two-faced, talk slick, don't live it. Preach true, but your life counterfeited. Say you real, but your move don't fit it. All cap, yeah, I see right through the image. You a two-faced, smile fake, don't mean it. Act solid, but your soul stay scheming. Say loyalty, but you steady leaving. I don't trust nothing that you believe in, now you believe in. You was loud in the room, now you silent in pressure. All that stand on business turns soft under weather. You be posting like a king, but you move like a pawn. Talking codes, talking morals, but your code is gone. I peep game, I don't argue with fraud. You be preaching discipline, but you dodge the job. Say family first, but you ghost when it's real. You ain't built for the wait, you just love how it feels. See, I watch how you switch when the lights got dim. How you smile in my face, then go snake for a win. That's a sickness, that ain't just playing the field. That's a hollow type heart that ain't never gon' heal. You a two-faced, talk slick, don't live it. Preach truth, but your life counterfeited. Say you real, but your move don't fit it. All care, yeah, I see right through the image. You a two-faced, smile fake, don't mean it. Act solid, but your soul stay scheming. Say loyalty, but you steady leaving. I don't trust nothing that you believe in. You be quoting all the wisdom like you wrote the script, but your actions contradict every line you spit. Try to play both sides, yeah, you double dip, but the truth got a way of exposing the slip. You don't stand for nothing, you just chase approval. Switching morals for a crowd, yeah, that's real removal. From your soul, from your spine, from your core, from your code. That's why every bridge you touch end up burning cold. You ain't game, you performing, this a stage to you. You don't bleed what you claim, it's a phase to you. I don't fear no fake king with a borrowed crown, cause the weight of the truth gon' break you down. I don't gotta expose you, you do it yourself. Oh, every time you speak, and don't match it with action, that's your confession. No. You a two-faced, talk slick, don't live it. Preach truth, but your life counterfeited. Say you real, but your moves don't fit it. All care, yeah, I see right through the image. You a two-faced, smile fake, don't mean it. Act solid, but your soul stay scheming. Say loyalty, but you steady leaving. I don't trust nothing that you believe in. You ain't gotta lie, just don't speak on what you can't stand on. Yeah.
Steps off, baby. This ain't just a vibe, it's a sanctuary. You just walked into the love palace. Welcome to a daily dose of Dee. Wrap yourself in satin truth. This love ain't rushed, it's velvet smooth. Silk on your spirit, rose in your mouth. Let me show you what healing's really about. Ooh, she don't play with pleasure, nah. Only pours it where it's earned. Let it burn slow. A daily dose of Dee. Let the love run deep and free. One touch and you'll believe. She's the calm, she's the heat, she's the peace you need. Here in the love palace, where even broken ships sail smooth. Anchor down, baby, daily dose of Dee. Your prescription to feel seen. No refills, just show up and receive. Let your ships drift into healing seas. We don't chase waves, we ride them. She don't beg, she just glows.
You ever point a finger so hard you forgot three were pointing back? You ever judged a life you secretly live in private? See, hypocrisy don't knock. It moves in quietly, dressed like standards, sounding like wisdom, looking like accountability, but lacking honesty. We call people out for what we haven't healed in ourselves. We preach, we struggle to practice, we demand grace, we don't extend. And the truth is, being a hypocrite ain't always loud. Sometimes it whispers, I'll do better later. But later keeps missing deadlines. So today, we're not pointing fingers, we're holding mirrors. We wear masks like they're high fashion, stitching contradictions into the seams of our souls. We shout for justice while whispering malice in the dark. We point fingers where hands that are stained by the very dirt we claim to despise. It's a mirror game, baby. We are all architects of glass houses, yet we're out here throwing stones like they're free. We demand honesty from a world we lie to every morning in the mirror. We preaching water and drinking wine, acting like the spirit we wrote for others doesn't apply to the lead actor. It's the ultimate costume party. And the theme is do as I say, not as I do. But eventually, the lights come up, the makeup cracks, and you're left standing there holding a sermon you never intended to follow. Welcome to Daily Dose of Dee, the truth about being a hypocrite. Grand rising, grand afternoon, or grand evening, depending on what time of day you're watching Daily Dose of Dee. I'm your host, Goddessdee of Love. How's everybody doing? We have made it to the middle of the week, y'all. We made it to the middle of the week. We're almost at Friday. But listen up. Let me get my tea because what we're going to talk about today, you might have to sip you some tea. Get you some tea from Holistic Royalty by Kills. Okay, let me sip this so we can talk about. So it's Wednesday, right? Some people call it Hump Day, Wellness Wednesday, Wind Down Wednesday. Today here at Daily Dose of Dee, excuse me, y'all. It's Wild and Out Wednesday. Shout out to Nick Cannon. Because some people, or maybe yourself, have been wild and out. And this Wednesday, we're going to talk about it. And today, Goddessdee of Love is going to spend a little bit more time with you today because we're going to talk about it on this Wild and Out Wednesday. Let's go ahead and get into the word of the day. Mm-hmm. That word, y'all see it? Y'all see that word? Hypocrite. A person who pretends to have virtues, moral beliefs, or principles that they do not actually possess, often acting in direct contradiction to their stated beliefs. And also on this Wild and Out Wednesday, the quote of the day: practice what you preach or change your speech. Like I said, we're going to talk about it today. Let me go ahead and take another sip of this woman's tea, y'all, because it's going to be a good one. And remember, this is for information, not directed towards anybody, but it's just things that I observed. And you know what? I even noticed I have been a hypocrite every once in a while. So let's break it down. Y'all ready? Time to break this down. So that everybody's on the same page. A hypocrite is someone who says one thing but does another. Someone who action don't align with their words, beliefs, or standards. So let's go ahead and break this word down. The word hypocrite actually comes from the Greek word hypocrites, which originally meant actor or stage performer. That's deep, right? Because it's at its root, hypocrisy is about performance, playing a role instead of living the truth. hmm So when we talk about hypocrisy today, we're really talking about people acting out values instead of actually living them. And if we're being honest, we've all been on the stage at some point. Who really is a hypocrite? Hmm. So, honestly, if I'm being real with you today, people, family, it's all of us at some point, to be the truth, to tell the truth. A hypocrite is someone who claims to have certain morals, standards, or beliefs, but then behaves in a way that goes completely against those claims. Think of a person who constantly posts about positive vibes only and supporting women, but then spends their lunch break tearing down their female coworkers behind their backs. Or the parent who screams at their child for lying where they are currently lying to their spouse about where the grocery money is. It's that massive gap between the public me and the private me. It's not just making a mistake. Let's keep this real. It's not about making a mistake. It's about pretending you're above the very mistakes that you're making. A hypocrite isn't just a person over there or over there. It's not always the loudest critic or the most obvious contradiction. Sometimes, listen to this, it's the friend who tells you to leave a toxic relationship while staying in one themselves. Mhm. And sometimes it's the parent who demands respect but doesn't give it. And sometimes it's us. Being a hypocrite doesn't make you evil, it makes you human. But staying unaware of it, that's where the problem starts. Because growth can happen where honesty does not exist. You ever catch yourself mid sentence giving advice and think, wait, I don't even follow my own advice? I know I have. Yeah. We're going to talk about what we're going to talk about it. So take a quick moment, go ahead and hydrate, get you some tea, water, whatever beverage that you're drinking. We're going to breathe and let that sit with you. Okay? Because we're going to talk about it right after these messages.
What does it mean to be a hypocrite? A hypocrite is someone who says one thing but actually does another thing. For example, my friend is a hypocrite. He says it's important to work hard, but he actually spends the whole day sleeping. He's a hypocrite.
Georgia, Georgia.
cap here. Just facts and feels. D and Kel's on the mic. We talking ships, all kinds. Pull up and unpack. Kiss and Trey. Friendships that held me down through the struggle. Companions who dipped when I stepped out the bubble. Family ties that tug, some tight, some frayed. But we lay it all out, let the truth get played. No judgment, just lessons on velvet chairs. We speak from the gut, raw love, strip bare. Goddessdee, got that glow like sage in the wind. Queen Coles hit the mic, truth spilling again.
Chips, we talk it, we walk it. No filters, just real. Love Palace, the spot where your soul can heal. All them ties, all those vibes, we ain't letting them drown. We lift ships up, never tear them down.
Situationships with benefits and
Welcome back, Love Palace family. If you did not get an opportunity to tune into the ships last night, it was fun. We talked about, like on Daily Dose of Dee yesterday, about being an example by Kelson had the light. So if you didn't get a chance to tap in, go ahead and run that back. Come to the Love Palace for the ships, and then the live Q&A, the Holistic Royalties by Kels. Like, share, and subscribe. This is on every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? So now we're going to get back into our conversation because we are talking about, we're doing mirror talk today, the truth about being a hypocrite. Did y'all get y'all tea, y'all beverage, y'all water? Because we about to go deep into this. We're about to bring it in how it looks, how it looks in real life, okay? So, picture someone who constantly talks about loyalty, how important it is, how they would never betray anyone. But behind those closed doors, they gossip, they switch sides, and they move funny. Or someone who promotes self-love online, but tears themselves apart in private and projects that insecurity unto others and projects insecurity unto others. Hypocrisy isn't always intentional. Sometimes it's a gap between who you want to be and who you currently are. But when you ignore that gap, we start living what they call double lives. Public truth versus private reality. So, we keep it real here at Daily Dose of Dee. In today's world, makes it easy to be inconsistent. There's pressures to have opinions on everything, to appear to be put together, to stand for something, even when you're still fighting it out. Because society has turned virtue into currency. Let me say that again. Society has turned virtue into currency. We live in a world that rewards us for looking good rather than being good. It's much easier to adapt a stance that makes you look enlightened or woke or even holy than it is actually to do the hard, gritty work of living out those values. You see, family, we live in a culture that actually rewards how things look more than how things are. So people perform values instead of practicing it. We're under constant pressure to have an opinion on everything. So we grab a popular opinion right off the shelf and put it in our jacket or our pocketbook, and then we parade it all around. Society values that outward display so much. It values the outward display so much that we've forgotten how to check if the inside matches the outside. Let me say that again. This world out here, it values how you display it outward, that we've forgotten. Your own self, your own spirit forgot to check the inside matches the outside. We got to do that check. It's the path of least resistance. And when you're constantly being watched, judged, and compared, it becomes easier to say the sounds right instead of doing what is right. Ooh, y'all. Let me take a more sip of this tea. If that didn't step on a toe or two, we're just getting warmed up. I'm just getting warmed up. Go ahead, shake that off, because this next part is where things are going to get even more real. Excuse me, y'all. I'm going to drink some more tea, and I'll come back right after these messages.
Watch actions, not words. Here's how hypocrisy shows up. They say, I hate drama, but constantly create it. They judge others for the same things they do. They preach honesty, but lie when it benefits them. They demand loyalty, but betray trust easily. They give advice they never follow. They act moral in public, different in private. They play the victim when exposed. They criticize success while chasing attention. They switch values depending on who's watching. They expect forgiveness, but refuse accountability. Real character shows in consistency. If you've seen this before, you know exactly who this is about. Follow for more truths, people of...
Yeah. Goddessdee. Yeah. We asking one question tonight. Where the love?
Where the love?
Is it him or is it us? He say she tripping, she say he don't show enough. Where's the love while we keep switching it up? When it want honesty, men just won't trust.
Where's the love?
Everybody talking tough, but when the heart break, everybody hush.
Where's the love?
Maybe we both messed up.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Where is the Love? We're glad you tuned in.
Blessings on blessings. We appreciate you for sharing your time with us today.
You want peace but don't give respect. Then wonder why my attitude, nigga. You say I'm emotional, I say you cold. You say relax, I say be bold. You say loyalty, I say time. Love ain't words if you never show sign.
Now he looking confused like,
what did I do?
now she looking right back like,
You know the truth,
she looking right back like,
You know the truth.
yo.
Where is the love?
Is it him or is it us? He say she tripping, she say he don't show enough. Where is the love while we keep switching it up? Women want honesty, men just won't trust.
Where is the love?
Everybody talking tough, but when the heart break, everybody hush.
Where is the love?
Maybe we both messed up. Tune in tonight, let's talk about us.
He say
Welcome back, beautiful souls. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, either here or Big Mouthpiece or both. You could go back and forth for Where is the Love at? We are going to our next episode. You know we always got a little twist to it, so make sure you tap in, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. It's a double stream, so we just appreciate everyone that has continued to support us, and you new supporters, come check us out as well, okay? So let's talk about how social media plays a part in this hypocrisy in today's world. We gonna talk about it, y'all. Because social media is a highlight reel of values. People post what they believe or what they want to be seen believing. Did y'all hear that? People post what they believe or what they have or that what they want to be seen believing. It's easy to do it. The digital world is basically a greenhouse for hypocrisy. Social media allows us to curate a highlight reel of our ethics. You can tweet about saving the environment from a phone made in a sweatshop while sitting in a car idling in a drive-thru. The internet gives us a platform to be judged, jury, and executioner without even having to look at our own flaws. We can counsel someone for a comment they made 10 years ago while you're currently harboring the same prejudice in our hearts today. The screen acts as a shield. It lets us perform ourselves, our best selves, let me say that correctly, in 280 characters or a filtered photo, creating a digital identity that our real life selves could actually never sustain. You could preach kindness in a caption and be rude in the comments. You could talk about healing and still avoid accountability. The digital world allows us to curate identity without fully living in it. It creates distance between who you are and who we present. And over time, family, if you're not careful, you're going to start believing your own performance. So, when you're being a hypocrite, does that mean you're a liar? Think about that. Because a lot of people ask is being a hypocrite is a fancy word for being a liar. Well, you know how we have twins and we have cousins? They're cousins. But all right, y'all, I'm back. I have to take care of the fur babies around here. We got two. They want to comment too. But like I was saying, being a hypocrite and a liar is like cousins, not twins, okay? A liar is someone who tells a falsehood about a specific fact, like saying they didn't eat the cake when they totally did, okay? A hypocrite, here's the difference, however, lies about the entire character. Hypocrisy is a lie of pretension. You aren't just lying about an action, you're lying about your values. A liar might trick you about a situation, but a hypocrite tries to trick you into believing they are a better person than they actually are. It's much deeper, more systematic kind of deception because you know what it involves? The ego. hmm Now, a liar knows they're not telling the truth. A hypocrite might actually believe what they're saying is the truth, but they're not living it. That's what makes it tricky. Hypocrisy isn't always about deception, it's often about inconsistency. But here's the thing, family, whether intentional or not, it still creates confusion, mistrust, and most importantly, disconnection in relationships. All right, this is the moment where you either lean in or you go ahead and check out. But don't check out because the next part is going to matter what I'm going to talk about. And if you're still here, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and share this out and say, guess what? Today on Wild and Out Wednesday, Daily Dose of Dee, Goddessdee of Love, is talk about being a hypocrite. And we'll get right back into it right after these messages.
Everybody's rich on Instagram. Everybody doing good. Everybody is the realest person in the world. Everybody can fight. Everybody can do this. Everybody can do that. But when you live in a facade, like, it's going to come to the light that you lying eventually. Somebody going to find out something, or you going to leave a hole somewhere without covering your tracks. And it's going to come out, and then it's going to be like, oh, he was lying to us. We don't believe nothing you ever told us. Then that's when it all falls down, because your foundation wasn't shit, and you wasn't really handling your business.
Some cases fall right in your lap. This one, pure gold. Chimaka Essentials. Mystery boxes. 40% off. Limited stock. You know what to do. All you have to do. Right on. Shop boxes. Get yours today. Right on. In this town, the best leads don't come easy. But this is worth following. Chimaka Essentials. Mystery box. 40% off. Limited stock. You already know. For 40% off and 40% off, you may treats you with a scam with strictly blessings on blessings on blessings. Get yours today.
Mystery box, what's inside?
Welcome back, Love Palace family. Now, it is April 29th, right? Today's April 29th. So that 40% off of the selected items, one of those being the mystery box, it's going to end on the 30th, which is tomorrow, okay? So you still have time. So go ahead and order that. There might be something, hey, maybe you want to surprise yourself or surprise somebody else. Get a mystery box, and there's also other different selected items that are 40% off. That sale's going to end on tomorrow. So go ahead and go to www.Shamaki Essentials. Tap into Shamaka Essentials, okay? Now, back to our conversation. Let me see. Let me take another sip of tea. I got a little tea left. I got a little bit of tea still left for y'all, okay? Let's talk about what it really means to live like a hypocrite. Living a hypocritical life, I should say. Because it feels like constantly wearing that mask. You always got to adjust it, always performing, and always trying to maintain an image. When you live a hypocritical life, you're essentially living in a state of constant internal war. And boy, that could be exhausting. You have to remember which lie you told to which person and which mask you're supposed to be wearing in every single room. You lose your internal compass because you're so focused on the external projection. Living this way means you're never truly known or loved for who you are, because you're only being loved for the character that you're playing. I think I need to say that again. What y'all think? Let me go ahead and say that again. Living as a hypocrite means you never fully, truly are known or loved for who you are, because you're only being loved for the character that you're playing. So this begins to create a hollow feeling in the chest, a sense of being a fraud that follows you into your quickest moments. You became a stranger to yourself. That could be so exhausting. And deep down, it creates a disconnection within yourself because you know the truth. You just haven't aligned with it yet. And over time, this connection can turn into guilt, insecurity, or even resentment towards others who are just being real. Mhm. So, there's four different types of hypocrites. When I found out there's four different types. So, let me sip some tea because we about to talk about these four different types of hypocrites. Okay? So, psychologists and philosophers often talk about four different types of hypocrites that we see in the wild, they say. So, the first one, you can have the pretend hypocrite, right? Who deliberately puts a show, puts a show on to gain something like power or money or just plain no attention. hmm Then there's that, what they call a weak hypocrite. Now, listen to this one, y'all, who generally wants to live up to their ideals but keeps failing because they lack the discipline. That's called a weak hypocrite. They really want to live up to their ideals, but they just keep failing because they lack the discipline to do it. Like they have a problem with something and they know it, right? I need to quit. I need to quit. But because they don't have the discipline to quit or to start something, they fail. Now, that third one here is a self deceived hypocrite. Hmm. That's the person who actually convinced themselves they are living their values when they're clearly aren't. Okay? They are totally blind to their own contradiction. That's the self deceived hypocrite. And this last one, that's the blame shifting hypocrite. Mhm. Who is so busy pointing out flaws that they use your mistakes as distractions to keep anyone from looking at theirs. That's the one right there. That's the one right there, family. The blame shifting hypocrite. They busy pointing out what this person does and that person does, and you over there and you do this because they don't want people to look at them. So they cause that distraction to keep everybody else from looking at your mistakes and your fall. There are different ways these are different ways that hypocrisy shows up. Some people knowingly say one thing and do another. And like I said, there's others that truly believe what they're saying, but haven't done the inner work to live it. And then again, others that hold people that hold other standards so high that they don't hold for themselves, and others that shift their values depending who they are around. Different forms, but the same root: misalignment between words and action. Uh-huh. So let's take a breath, y'all. This is one of those conversations that lingers, and that's a good thing, right? Because it's going to really get us to thinking. So I'm going to take another break. I still got a little bit more tea left, so I'm going to give you some more tea right after this message.
One of the worst things to be is a hypocrite. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, whoever has these 4 characteristics, they are a pure hypocrite. He said, whoever has one of these characteristics, then they have traces of hypocrisy until they give up that behavior. He said, first is whenever they're entrusted with something, they betray that trust. So if you give them a responsibility, you ask them to take care of something for you, hold this for you, they're not going to fulfill that. Second is whenever they speak, they tell lies. Third is if they make a covenant or make a promise, they end up breaking that covenant or breaking that promise. And fourth is whenever they get into an argument, they go far outside the bounds. So they start to insult and use really evil, foul speech when they argue with somebody. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from all forms of hypocrisy. Ameen.
Where the love at? I see black hatred. Come on, bruh. Why come y'all still be on that fake shit? Come on, bruh. How you black hating on blacks? That shit racist. Come on, bruh. If they don't give it back to us, then should we just take it? Come on, brother. Where the love at? I see black hatred. I see it. Brother. Why come y'all still be on that fake shit? Come on, brother. How you black hating on blacks? That shit racist. Come on, brother. If they don't give it back to us, then should we just take it? Come on, brother. Brother. Come on, brother. Go. Yeah, each one and teach brother. Come on, brother. Go. Brother. You tired of seeing other people suffer, my brother? Come on, brother. Hey, come still in that emergency state. Go ready the date. If we don't get the act right, it just might be too late. No longer the wait. It's about time we elevate. I know you love to talk down and debate, but how we gon' find a way to keep the kids from getting hit by bullets dead straight on the switch of a gun that didn't fuck up the aim? Don't trip, I'm still pulling up on Saturday at 2 or even 2:30. Big mouthpiece back to clear up your vision, cause I know it's been getting blurry. They say that boy funny and he's strictly good vibes only. COC money land and SG is still a homies. Don't forget every other mental health money to come pull up on me. At about 2:45, we can't go live like it's us only. Surely but surely, old boy said he my dog, but this I heard he been hating on me. Hey, hold up, homie, come on, brother. Where the love at? I see black hatred. Come on, my sister, don't you know you are destined for greatness? Come on, sister, I put big brother mouthpiece in your playlist. Come on, sister, with your twin husband, see that's tasteless. Come on, sister, where the love at? I see black hate.
All right, y'all. I was pushing the button. It didn't want me to come back. But welcome back, family. Welcome back. So this Saturday, make sure you tap into Big Brother Mouthpiece. Some good conversation over there. You can hit the panel. We can have a good time. We have a great time over there at Big Mouthpiece. His link will be dropped into the chat. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Come On Brother, okay? It'll be getting real over there. So I told y'all I got a little bit more tea left, literally, and more tea to talk about, just a little bit. And then I'm going to let y'all go, okay? Because now, since we are talking about hypocrites, we're going to talk about how we actually can do better, okay? We're going to talk about how we can do better. Because, you know, I got to give something here over at Daily Dose of Dee. Hey, because, you know, like I said, I was like, dang, I've been a hypocrite before. What I need to not be this way? Well, you know what it starts with? It starts with self-awareness. You got to be honest about where you are and not where you pretend to be. Did y'all hear that? You have to be honest about where you are right now and not where you pretend to be. Okay? That's the first part. You have to be willing to look in the mirror and admit where you talk and your walk are going into different directions. Stop trying to be perfect for the public and start trying to be integrated for yourself. It means checking yourself before correcting others. Practicing what you preach. Y'all heard Barry, right? Practice what you preach. Even when no one is watching. That's where that integrity comes in. Another huge step is to lower the finger. When you stop judging others so harshly, you lose the need to pretend that you're perfect. It means giving yourself grace to grow, but not using the grace as an excuse to stay the same. Embrace your humanity. It's okay to be a work in progress. I know I am. It's much better to be honest, to be an honest mess than a dishonest masterpiece. What y'all think? And most importantly, it means aligning your actions with your values, little by little. Not perfectly, not such thing, but you're doing everything intentional. Okay? So it's time to drop the curtain and let the props rot in the wings, okay? We spent too many seasons playing parts we never auditioned for, chasing the applause for people who don't even know your real name. You can't build a kingdom on a foundation of maybe and sometime. You can't heal a soul while you're busy hiding the wound. Stop being an echo of what you think the world wants you to hear and start being the voice of your own truth. Even if the truth is shaky, and even if the truth is flawed. Okay, Love Palace family. My tea is almost done, but let me share these words with you. Here we go. And I want you to listen to this, okay? I'm not here to call you out. I'm here to call you in. Because truthfully, we all worn the mask. We've all played the part. We all spoken from a place we hadn't fully arrived to yet. But growth is when your life starts matching your language. When your private habits don't contradict your public statements. And when your values stop being quotes and start being choices. See, hypocrisy isn't the end of your story. It's the signal, family. The signal that something within you is asking to be aligned. So don't run from the mirror, people. Look in it and stand in it. And if the answer is no, I'm living, if I'm asking if I'm living what I'm saying, and the answer is no, that's not failure, that's awareness. And awareness, that right there, that's where transformation begins. The mask is heavy, isn't it? It's tight around the jaw. It's blinding your vision. It's suffocating the very spirit you're trying to protect. So go ahead and let it fall. Let it shatter all on the floor. I'd rather walk with a sinner who knows they're broken than a saint who's pretending they're never bled. Authenticity is a destination. It's a daily divorce from the person you're pretending to be. So today, right here today, choose the skin you're in. Choose the messy reality over the polished lie. Because at the end of the day, when the audience goes home and the theater goes dark, you're the only one who has to live with the person behind the mask. So make sure you actually like that person. Okay? This is Goddessdee of Love talking about hypocrisy. Well, y'all, let me take my last sip of tea. Because that's going to be it for Daily Dose of Dee. The tea on being a hypocrite and hypocrisy, what it means, what it looks like, what you might need to do to change that. It's all over today. The tea is empty on this Wild and Out Wednesday. Okay? Don't be wilding out on any day. Okay? Well, if you're going to wild out in a good way. But this is specifically a message about hypocrisy. Be your true, authentic self. Stop lying to the people, because when you're lying to the people, you're lying to yourself, family. Be your true, authentic self, and those that truly love and care for you are going to get drawn to you. But those fake and phony people, when you out there parading and acting like your life is so perfect, we know that ain't right. Those are the people that you need to get away. Run. Okay? So that's the tea today at Wild and Out Wednesday. Thank you for coming to the Love Palace. Peace and love to everyone. And I will see everyone real soon. Peace and love. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, okay? And that's free 99, okay? It's free to the 99 to do that. I appreciate you all. And shout out to the replay game. That's what I was going to say. Shout out to my replayers. Peace and love.
Still something need me, remembers things. Hands no rhythm, my mind can't trace. Like I've been shaped by another place. There's a fire in me I didn't light. Still it burns through every night. Call it memory, call it truth, but it don't feel new. They don't knock, they just arrive in every breath that keeps me alive. I'm not walking alone, I feel them here, in every doubt, in every tear. They left their footsteps in my soul. Now they echo through me. Now they echo through me.
To your point, I think that is two sides to that coin. Yes, some people are perfectly fine with it, but others are just unaware. Certain people are just not even aware that the things that we are not okay with are sometimes the very things that we do. Mm-hmm. And that's where accountability comes into place. That is about creating that consciousness to begin with. Mm-hmm. It's like I have to be so self-aware that I'm even realizing that the only reason it bothers me that you do this is because I do it as well. So that goes to the whole hypocrisy philosophy, where it's like, yo, don't be a hypocrite, but be conscious of that. Like, really understand, like, when they say treat others the way you want to be treated, simple. It don't have to look in the exact same approach and manner in which you give it out. This goes back to reciprocity. It just has to be reciprocal. Good intentions is good intentions, bad intentions is bad intentions. It don't matter if you took $10 or 10,000, you took. It don't matter if you gave $10 or gave 10,000, you gave. So I just think that when you understand that, you have no reason to, you know, be a hypocrite. But
Love like she don't just love, she heals and keeps. Let go, let flow. Daily dose of Dee. In the land free, in the love palace, ship stuck even here. Yeah, we got the time. Goddessdee. Whispering back when your heart needs reminding. D is divine, D is daily, D is love, a daily dose.